Hi, my name is Nick, and I'm a nuclear engineer working at a local company on nuclear reactor design. Humanity uses a huge amount of energy. Energy is a replacement for the labor of humans, and so it actually correlates really well with quality of life. So how do we produce an incredible amount of energy without adversely affecting the environment or running out of resources? That's the problem that I'm trying to solve. Nuclear power is really exciting because it has a really low footprint. You can get all of your energy for your entire life from 1.5 soda cans of nuclear fuel. And that fact is so exciting to me that I really want to work to make machines that can get that energy out of that fuel in a way that's acceptable for everybody. It is a pretty controversial issue for a variety of reasons that people can all sort of raise. What about the waste? What about Fukushima? What about the cost? And these are all real issues that there are real solutions for, and I'm working on advanced nuclear plants that have really interesting solutions to a lot of these problems. When I was really young, my dad brought home this broken radio that someone had given him from work, and I just took it apart. I could do whatever I wanted with it, so I unscrewed it and opened it up, and there are all these amazing things inside of it. And I wiggled them around and had no idea what they were. And then when I put the radio back together, I plugged it in and turned it on, and it worked. And I knew then that I was a genius scientist. Of course, I didn't try it before it was probably not even broken in the first place, but it gave me this confidence. Everyone was like excited about it, and so I just really kind of decided I was into science at that moment, and I've kind of run with that. My favorite thing to do on a sunny day is actually to go to the Ballard Locks and go take a friend and show him the terraced garden and the locks, and then surprise him with the fish ladder, which blows everybody's mind. I just love the fish ladder. I am marching because I feel that people are turning away from science. I think science has become inaccessible for a variety of reasons. One is that it's very complicated now. A lot of scientific issues are complex. And another one is that science has become very politicized. And I think as we turn away from it because of that, we're missing out on opportunities, and we're potentially causing undue harm. One thing? Can it be four things? So the one thing that I wish people knew about my field is right now in the United States, 60% of our carbon-free electricity comes from nuclear power plants. People don't know that nuclear power plants are currently our climate champions in this country. And if we shut them down, we're adding a huge amount of carbon energy sources to replace them. And I think that's pretty dangerous. Another interesting fact, I really think it's interesting that from 1993 to 2013, 10% of our electricity came from dismantled Soviet nuclear warheads, which they shipped to us as downblended uranium. We put them in nuclear reactors and burned it for electricity. It was called the megatons to megawatts program, and it's super interesting. So you can actually get rid of nuclear weapons with nuclear power plants. Well, the biggest challenge was that, as a kid, everybody said scientists are a bunch of nerds, and there was a lot of stigmatism. There's a lot of stigma about science, but I was really lucky to have a family who encouraged me to be interested in science, and they pushed me to do well in school. And so, as much as I sort of was begrudgingly getting good grades, it ended up doing really well for me, and I was able to get into a good college. And then I quickly found a major that I was really interested in, and here I am now. A lot of science is really high risk, high reward. There are ideas that people have that, if they turn out to work, would be revolutionary and change people's lives in an incredibly positive way. But there's a relatively high likelihood that a lot of those ideas aren't going to work at all. And so that kind of really high risk, high reward activity is perfect for government funding. Many companies just can't support that because of the risk. I mean, if you have shareholders and you have to turn a profit, but the first 20 ideas you get are dead ends, you're still learning that they're dead ends, but you're not making money off them. And so it's really hard for private funding to succeed with that. The one thing that I wish I could discover tomorrow would be when you have a neutron coming into a uranium fuel and it splits into these two fission products, you never know which two you're going to get, and the bad ones are the problem. They are the nuclear waste that causes all the problems with nuclear energy. So if you could actually get it so that when it splits into the two of your choice, you could basically have it turn into some decay to stability really quickly, so you could still control the plant, and also there would be no nuclear waste. That would make nuclear the most, totally perfect energy source there is in the world. So that's the one thing I'm hoping someone will find.